Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
So this is an ancient mantra. Does everyone understand English?
I can translate for Laura. You also don't understand. Larus?
So this is an ancient mantra, and what it does is it purifies the consciousness. So what does that mean, that it purifies the consciousness? It means that it purifies our heart. Now, what is in the heart that needs purification? Well, there's all kinds of things in the heart. There's anger. There's envy. There's greed. There's lust. There's pride. There's prejudice. And so many things. We don't have to go on and on. So all these things are there in the heart. And because of that, we say things that we don't mean to say. We think things that even shock us. How many people have had the experience that a thought comes to your mind and you're shocked? How could I have thought such a thing? Anybody have that experience? And how many of us have said something to someone and then wished that we wouldn't have said it? We have to call that person up and say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I didn't mean to say that. So the question is, if I didn't mean to say it, then why did I say it? So the answer is that these impurities in the heart and in our consciousness make us say things and do things and think things that I feel is not really me. I want to be a good person, the best person that I can be, but yet I present myself as the best person possible to the public, but internally I know what's really going on inside. And I'm not, as virtuous a person as I try to present to the public. So why is this? This is because of the impurities or the negative things that are in the mind, in the heart, and in our consciousness. And they come out in different ways. They come out in very painful ways and strange ways. I give you an example. To strangers that we've never met, we're very polite. If they ask for directions, we stop and we say, well, if you go this way and that way, we try to help them out. Someone we've never met before. But the person who's the most close to me, the dearest person to me, I speak such harsh words to that person. It feels like arrows in their heart. So why is it that I hurt the person that I love the most? Why do I hurt that person the most? Who knows the answer? Why do we do this?
There's an English saying, familiarity breeds contempt.
So he's saying that when we become too familiar to people, we become contemptuous of them. But is that me? Is that really the person that I was brought up by my mother? Did my mother train me to be like that? No. So these things just come out when they're not really me, and I don't even want them to be me. For the person that I love the most, I want to be the most sweet, the most kind, the most gentle. I don't want to say harsh words to hurt and break the heart of someone who's dear to me. So I do these things because my mind is out of control. My mind is out of control, and that's why thoughts come to my mind that maybe even shock me. How could I think such a thing? Like what's going on inside here? You know, sometimes I may be very angry at somebody, and in my mind I'm condemning them. Maybe, you know, I'm doing horrible things to that person in my mind, or saying horrible things in my mind. And that may come out also in our words or in our actions. So this is the situation that we all find ourselves in because of these negative things that are in our heart. And the mantra purifies those negative things. It's a purification process. Just like you take a shower to clean the outside. So we chant the mantra to clean the inside. But how many people clean the inside? We don't do that. We all have a regular shower to clean the outside, but how many of us have a regular process to clean the inside, to clean the heart, to clean the mind, to clean the consciousness? So this is the purifying agency, this mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And the ancient scriptures and the ancient saints and rishis have explained to us that by chanting this mantra, all the faults, all the negativity that surrounds us and is within us can become purified. Now, how does that work? How do we become purified? When I was first coming to this tradition and meeting the devotees, and they said just chant this mantra, I couldn't understand what difference it would make chanting this mantra. But after a while, I decided, well, let me try it. And it changed my life. So if it could change my life, it can change anyone's life, because I was just another conditioned soul wandering in the world, trying to make heads or tail of life, and struggling. So the reason that this purifies is because in Sanskrit it's called Shabda Brahma. It's a spiritual sound vibration. It's not of this world. Apurusheya in Sanskrit means it's not spoken by man. It's not coming from this planet, this sound vibration. It's not of this world. It's of a different nature, spiritual nature. So this material nature that we're familiar with, in Sanskrit is called Asat, Achit, Nirananda. Asat means that it's temporary. Temporary means there's a beginning and an end. All things come to an end, means they're temporary. Achit means without consciousness, without feeling, without emotion. Just like this wood or this floor, this stone, this material energy has no consciousness. And Nirananda, no feeling. No feeling. No feeling in the wood. That's this material energy which we are relating to, which we are governed by. This body is made of material energy. But then there's a higher energy, the spiritual energy, which is Sat, eternal, Chit, full of knowledge, and Ananda, full of ecstatic bliss, which we can also experience. So when we have the intersection of the two planes, the spiritual plane and the material plane, we have living beings who are externally made of material energy, but internally they have that spiritual component. In Sanskrit, that's called Atma, the spiritual component. In English, it's called soul. So, this sound vibration, the mantra, purifies our consciousness so that the soul can act in its normal spiritual way, full of knowledge, full of bliss, full of love, full of care. So, the material world has come about due to sound vibration. You know, they teach in universities and in this education system that the creation of this universe was caused by the Big Bang. This is the Big Bang theory. Everybody know this? So the Big Bang means that all of a sudden everything came into being, a tremendous explosion. Now, the great saints and sages and scriptures of the ancient Vedas, they say that the creation also came from sound. Science and the Vedas agree on this point, that sound was the beginning of everything. But the only difference is that the Big Bang was the big noise, but the real creation is from the mantra Om, which is the big music. So that is the difference. So the mantra then existed before this creation existed, because it caused the creation. That means it's supernatural. It's not of this world. So now we have access to that supernatural or spiritual sound vibration through the chanting. And we can access it either 1%, 10%, 50%, or 100%, depending on our commitment, our dedication, our focus, our concentration, and our openness to receive. If we're blocked, then we won't receive. We get no benefit. Now, it's a science. It's a spiritual science. Scientific means that something works in every situation. I'll give you an example. If you have a headache, you can purchase a headache tablet. Take that tablet, your headache goes away. Nobody knows what's in that tablet. Nobody knows how it works inside the body to take your headache away. But you don't have to know. Whether you understand or don't understand, it works. You may not even have faith. I may say, take this tablet, take your headache away. I don't believe that. But you take it and your headache goes away. Because it's scientific. So whether you believe it or whether you understand it makes no difference. Clear? It's the same with this chanting. Whether you have faith in it, whether you believe in it, whether you understand it, makes no difference. It works because it's scientific. So, 500 years ago, one of the greatest saints, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said that let's take this mantra and put it to music and rhythm so that people can sing to it and dance to it, which makes it much more easily accessible. And then everyone can benefit. So we present this mantra in a very attractive musical way to overcome the resistance of the mind, because we all like music. It's called Kirtan Yoga. And yoga means union. And Kirtan means glorification. So this is the glorification of the divine, in particular the divine forms of Sri Radha and Sri Krishna. And it's our way, by chanting these divine names of God, it's our way of saying thank you for everything that's been given to us. Just like, for example, if I was to give you a glass of water, what would you say?
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, we're getting so much water every day, our whole life, and we never say thank you for that water. But it's being supplied by Krishna. So Bhakti Yoga is a yoga of gratitude. When we do something for someone, we accept and we say thank you. That's gratitude. So we can apply this in a very simple way. Try and remember this and see if you can apply this in your life. That when you finish your shower in the morning, just say thank you. Thank you for that water. This is the beginning of Bhakti Yoga, of recognizing that something is being given to us and showing gratitude, being gracious and saying thank you very much. That's the beginning. Of course, every breath we take, we should be thankful for. Every morsel of food that we eat that sustains our body, we should be thankful for. And therefore, Bhakti Yoga, which is generally known as the yoga of devotion, I like to think of it as the yoga of gratitude. Because we show our devotion through our gratitude. We recognize our position through our gratitude. And we recognize that which is given to us from where it has come. And we show our gratitude by saying thank you. And by chanting this mantra, we're not only saying thank you, but we're offering back a gift. Because when I say thank you, and I give a gift and say thank you, that's much more sweet. Thank you so much for what you did for me. I want to give you this gift. And you say, oh wow, you didn't really have to do that. But I wanted to, because I appreciate so much what you did for me. This is how we establish a relationship with anybody. So this is also how we establish a relationship with God, with the Supreme, with the Divine. So in the beginning, we're just wandering souls, no connection to anything, trying to make our way through this maze of mundane energy. But then we come and make a connection to Krishna, and this is our connection. And our connection is through the mantras. And by chanting the mantras in a consciousness of love and gratitude, then this connection becomes a union, a divine union of divine love. And that is the goal of life, to return back to that spiritual nature from whence we have come. And the vehicle is this mantra. So we have a wave of sound, a beautiful wave of sound that will carry us across the material ocean, back home, back to our original spiritual home. So, are there any questions or topics for discussion about Bhakti Yoga or anything that you may have thought about or have doubts about that we can clarify?
Prabhu, maybe you could say a few words about what is maybe the part of Advaita Vedanta, because it's also, we hear about this a lot. Is there any connection?
Well, Advaita Vedanta. So Veda means knowledge, Anta means end, the end of knowledge. Are we interested in knowledge or are we interested in love? Sorry? I mean, the most satisfying thing between any human being is a loving relationship. And there's a saying in English, I don't care what you know. I just want to know that you care. So people are more interested to know that you care than they care to what you know. Who cares what you know? It means nothing to you. So this acquiring of knowledge, for whose benefit is it? So yes, there's a path of acquiring knowledge, Advaita Vedanta. We all become one, except we're not really one, it's only in our mind, because we're all individuals, we're all separate, we all go to bed in a different bed each night, we all take shower alone, so we're not really one. We're individual. But what really makes us one is our loving relationships. Just like, for example, my wife and I, she's a woman, I'm a man. Can't change that. But we're one in our love. We're one in our devotion. We're one in our mission. While at the same time being separate, being distinct individuals. So, the sum total of understanding is that we're simultaneously one and simultaneously different. To just claim that I'm oneness is just half, it's just 50%. And to present the 50% as 100% is misrepresentation. So, love means that I make you number one in my life, and you make me number one in your life. That's what love is. Love means that a mother will run in front of a car to save her child, risking and giving up her own life, because the life of her beloved child is more important to her than her own life. That's what love is. Now, what is the difference between love and lust? Love starts from the heart, and it goes out to someone else. And as our love expands, it goes out to more and more people. And the saints who have divine love, their love goes out to every living entity. So this is the type of love that's in our heart that the mantra can bring out. It opens up our heart chakra so that divine love blossoms in our consciousness and in our life. Lust is something different. Lust starts from out there. And I see all those things out there and I want them for me. So I want them to come to me. So the difference between love and lust is the direction. Love goes out to everyone else. It starts from my heart. And lust starts out there and comes back to me. So it doesn't matter what knowledge we have or what knowledge we don't have. What really counts is what's in our heart. How do we relate to others? How do we benefit others? My life here on this planet Earth, am I making a difference? Am I a benefit to this planet, or am I a burden to this planet? If I place my own interest above everyone else's interest, then I'm a burden to this planet. Because whatever it takes, I'll do for me first. But when my interest is to benefit everyone else, every living entity, every plant, everything I see, then I benefit to this planet. And a benefit to all the living entities on this planet. So the choice is ours. We have complete freedom to choose whatever path we want. What I like to do is lay out all the different options so you can make an informed choice. Most people don't give all the options. They just give the options that they want you to choose. But a real choice is when you have all the options there available for you, and then you make your decision. And once you make your decision, then the law of karma kicks in, because whatever you do, there's a reaction. Whatever you say, there's a reaction. Whatever you think, there's a reaction. It's the law of karma. It's also a law of physics. I mean, the scientists know this. So, the teachings of Bhakti Yoga is to show gratitude, to give love, to benefit others, and in this way, our heart blossoms. And the heart chakra opens up, and we experience divine love, which is ecstatically blissful. And we share that bliss with others for their benefit. That is the spiritual path of all the great saints. All the great saints sacrificed their own life for the benefit of others. They worked for the benefit of others. They did everything for the benefit of others. Because you can only perfect your life by working for the benefit of others. And the proof is very simple. Because everybody in this world, every bird, every animal, every human being, is working for their own benefit. All of us. We're working for our own benefit. And our lives are a mess. They're not perfect. But the saints who work for the benefit of others, their lives are perfect. And we still glorify them thousands of years later. So what more proof do we need? So if you want to perfect your life, you work for the benefit of others, because that is the work of love. That's how love manifests. And when I place me first, that's how lust manifests.
Would you say that in order to be happy, we also need to be loved? Or basically we can feel
Well,
this divine touch and complete just by living our lives?
yeah, This is an interesting psychological point. They teach you in psychology you should be loved. But think about it. If you're experiencing bliss, ecstatic bliss from within your own heart, you don't require anything. That's called in Sanskrit Atmarama. You're completely self-satisfied. You hanker for nothing. You lament for nothing. You're completely joyful. Because the love is within. It comes from within. We're thinking it has to come from without. That's a misconception.
Makes sense, yeah. How about the expectations that usually people have in a relationship, like the thing that you were referring to
Expectation.
earlier, the person to put as the
But hang on a
first
second.
priority.
Expectation. What does it mean? It means I expect something for me. I'm always placing myself first. Everything is for me, for my benefit. But that's not love. Remember, the direction. If the direction is out there coming in here, it's lust. If the direction is from in here going out there, it's love. So love is something you give. Love is something that you give to others without expectation. Because if you give with expectation, that's not love, that's business. I do something for you, now I want something back. That's business. It's not love. I've never seen a mother raise her child, and when her child is a successful man, she hands him a bill and said, now you owe me so much for all the work I did raising you. No. It's love. You don't do it to get something back. Just doing it is fulfilling and self-satisfying. Just by serving your beloved, you just feel bliss. Am I right? You just see how this child is everything for this woman. She does everything for this kid. She would rather die than harm this child. And she's happy. This gives her pleasure. So that love comes from within. That's the point, without expectation. Instead of expectation, why don't we go for acceptance? We just accept everything as it is, without expectation. Just whatever it is what it is, and it's beautiful. So we hear the word renunciation. What does renunciation mean? It actually means that whatever is going on outside, in the world or in my life, I'm never disturbed. Nothing bothers me. That's the meaning of renunciation. It's not that I give up something. It means I'm never disturbed by anything. Why? Because Atmarama, I'm completely fulfilled. All my bliss is coming from within, from the love within my heart, from the service that I render to others. So nothing will disturb me, because I'm blissful. And this love is so powerful because it's a spiritual experience. It has nothing to do with this material world. And if there was no such thing as love, we wouldn't even have a concept of God. Everyone would just be putting themselves first doing everything for me, 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 me. Dog eat dog, cat eat cat, whatever it takes. Put myself number one. Lord Jesus said that those who are last will later be first. If you put yourself last, you serve everyone else. You'll be the first one to enter into the spiritual realm. But those who put themselves first, they will end up last. So, knowledge is something that's up here. It's in the head. Whereas love is something down here. It's in the heart. So, Bhakti Yoga is the yoga of the heart. It's not the yoga of the head. Although, we do have a very deep philosophy, and if someone wants to discuss philosophy, we don't mind, we can discuss. But the satisfaction and fulfillment doesn't come from what we know or what we say, but comes from the service that we can render, the benefit that we can give to someone else. So I'm here today, and I'm sharing with you my experience, my understanding, for your benefit. Everything I'm saying is for your benefit. I'm sharing my chanting with you so that we can all engage together in this mood of devotion. Devotion to God, opening up our heart. Because the universal brotherhood means accepting the fatherhood of God. Brothers and sisters, they're only brothers and sisters when they have the same father. If you have different fathers, you're not brother and sister, right? So when we all accept the same Father, the Supreme God, then we're all brothers and sisters. But people don't understand this. They're thinking, my religion, my God, and you have a different religion, your God, I don't like you, you're my enemy. And so we see in the Middle East, people are killing each other in so-called name of God. They haven't got a clue about love. Not even the foggiest notion. They have so little regard for other people's lives because they have no regard for even their own life. And this is what comes from so-called knowledge of the head. Well, it says in the Quran, there's jihad, the infidel, you know. But where's the love? Where's the real connection of the soul, the spirit, to the divine? That's completely lacking. So if you want real oneness, it has to be through the heart, through love, loving devotional service. But we're always individuals. You're born a woman, you die a woman. It can never be changed. You can't become me, I can't become you. But we can have the same goal, the same mission, the same purpose. So that don't ever forget, the complete picture is simultaneously one and different. And it's very easy to understand this if you look at the sun. The sun is in one place, fixed, and yet the sunshine is everywhere. It's all pervading. The sun shines at the same time in Belgium and New York, Los Angeles, Hong Kong, New Delhi. It's all pervading. It's all coming from that one globe that we see. We look up and we see there's the sun, there it is, it's in one place. But yet its energy is everywhere. So our love energy should be everywhere. Go from us, radiate out from our heart to everywhere. But we're one person. We can't say that the sun is everywhere, because the sun couldn't come into this room. If the sun came in this room, we'd all be vaporized. It's only the sunshine, the energy of the sun. So our love is the energy that we have to give, to share, for the benefit of others. So what is our focus? This is what we're talking about. What is my focus? Why am I doing anything? For whose benefit is it? We have a freedom to choose. As I gave the example before, everyone's working for their own benefit, but their lives are not perfect. Far from it. We think things that shock us. We say things that hurt people. We do things we wish we could turn the clock back so they didn't happen. We're a mess. So if we have the power to ruin our life, it means we also have the power to perfect our life. The choice is ours. How are we going to do it? So the way every saint and every tradition, in every time, in every place, in every circumstance, how they did it was by giving and sharing, working for the benefit of others, giving their love. So that's what we're teaching. That's what this center is here for, to teach this yoga process. So we can have union with God, because that's His mood. The mood of love, the mood of giving, the mood of sharing, the mood of doing everything for the benefit of everyone else. So we can become one with God when we have the same mood. But if I have a different opinion, a different attitude, a different raison d'etre, then I'm not one with God. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, it's very nice.
Are there any other points for discussion? So what we have done is we've prepared some nice vegetarian cuisine to distribute to you as our act of love. To show that we don't just talk, but we live what we say. So people come here, we sing together, we discuss things, clarify things, and then you leave with a nice full belly, happy, satisfied. And we feel very satisfied doing this service. This is our life. Okay? So if there's no other points for discussion, we can serve out.
Yes, we can move there.
There's a nice room there
Yeah.
where everyone can take.
So,
Thank you very much for coming.
thank you. Thank you. For coming also. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.